What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yala Poppy from simphunter.com, and in this video I am going to tell you how to open an OnlyFans agency for $50,000. This is how I would do it. This is what I would spend the money on at this current stage in my development. If you watched my old channel, you'll know that this is not the first time I've done this video, and every time I do this video, the strategy changes a little bit. And after over 18 months, man, it's been a while, in the game, this is currently what I would do if I was gifted this sum of money and said, I have to spend all of it on the agency, or if somebody approached me and was like, hey, I would really like to open an OnlyFans agency with you and I have 50 grand, what should we do? I'm going to tell you right now the 5 things that I would recommend, starting with number 1, which is buy 5 models from a marketplace. Now, there's nothing special about the number 5. It could be 4, it could be 6, it could be 3, it could be 7. But I like 5. I like 50,000, 5. That's like, I don't know, maybe it's my favorite number. I'm not really sure. But I would buy 5 models from a marketplace. Now, if you want to recruit, there's 4 ways to recruit, right? Everybody knows there's real life, cold outreach, ads, and buying from marketplaces. If you have the money to spend on this, then you presumably want to get going as quickly as possible. And the shortest path to earning money is to just buy creators or buy the lead and contact them. We're not actually buying them. Buy the models from a marketplace and just get started right away. Not saying that all of them are going to be good, but the amount of work involved in like buying from a marketplace is way, way, way less than what's involved with sending DMs or running ads or meeting people in real life. Like, who has time for that? Like, just go contact the marketplace guy, be like, okay, number 672 and 895 and blah, blah, blah. I want those. Where do I send the money? Which marketplace should you buy them from? I will post a link to mine in the description. Should I promote the other markets? Ugh, I promote them so much. Like, come on. They never promote mine. I'm not going to promote them. I'm going to be selfish for once. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of good markets out there. Oh, fine. I'll fucking promote them all. Whatever. Anyway, I'll put a link to all the legit markets. Mine is on there. It's the bottom one on the list. But you can buy from whoever you want. But you should buy from me. So I would buy 5 models. I don't know if I would buy them all for myself. I probably would. Buy 5 models. That is the starting point. Now, the second thing that I would do is I would hire and train recruiters to do cold outreach. So going back to the previous thing that I said, where I said buy 5 models, you're probably wondering, what kind of models should I buy? How do I know which ones are good? You're not going to know, right? If you're brand new, you're just not going to know. However, given the choice, I would prefer creators that speak English, that have an existing social media following, that are already earning money, and that, well, I guess that's all you can really tell from an ad. But barring that, I would get skinny, young, pretty girls. That's what I would go for, and I would get 5 of those. So assuming that I've bought my 5, the next thing that I would do is I would hire and train recruiters to do cold outreach. Now, that's probably not what you were expecting me to say, because like I just said, oh, you should buy models. But the one advantage that cold outreach has over other forms of outreach is that you have 100% control over who you reach out to pitch on your agency. So model marketplaces are great. They're an excellent way to get started very quickly. But the problem is that all of the marketplace owners have deals, I guess, like backroom deals with big agencies, where if they get a good model that has 1 million followers on Instagram, that's already making a lot of money, they will ask the private buyers first if they want to buy that girl, or they'll just keep the girl for themselves. So by the time like the other girls get to the marketplace, the markets are kind of picked over. There's some exceptions to that rule. BTZ has a good VIP marketplace. Only Models, I assume, has a good VIP marketplace. I'm not in his, but he usually has very high quality models. So I would assume that his VIP market is also very good. However, when you are recruiting, when you're doing cold outreach, you have 100% control over who you message. So if you tell your recruiters, you hire them and you train them in a certain way, You can tell them, I want you to target girls that have minimum 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 followers on Instagram. I want you to send them this message. And you can specifically go after girls where if they were to start, that's like $10,000 a month creator right off the bat. I have a business partner in my agency now, and a major eye-opening moment for me when we partnered together is that when we merged, he had a lot of very big creators that have massive social media followings and are just crushing it. So I saw that and I was like, oh wow, this is way better to just work with them. Like, they have 100,000 followers on Instagram. They make one thirst trap. They get a bunch of subs. Chatters, even if the chatters are retarded, they're still going to make more money than the retarded chatters would make on a small account. So it's just preferable overall. However, you still have the 5 models that you have bought from a marketplace, and we will get to what you will do with those in a second. However, you hire and train the recruiters. I would say get, 2, 3, 4 recruiters. You can give them each 5 Instagram accounts to work on their own. You'll have to set up the accounts, obviously. So that's 20 accounts, and between all of the recruiters, between all of the accounts, let's say you're supposed to send 100 messages per day per account. So that's 2,000 messages a day or 60,000 messages a month. You are going to blow up. I promise you. You're going to get, and let's say you pay these recruiters $300 a month, which is, a respectable, well, it's not respectable. It's what somebody who's copying, pasting messages on Instagram doing cold DMs should be happy getting. $1,200 a month. Very likely that you are going to get one creator who is going to return you your $1,200 from that. By the way, I have a ultra recruiter program that will, it's designed to be able to be handed off to a VA to train them instantly. It's got SOPs. I have to redo the video SOPs because they were on my old channel, but that's easy to do. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Whatever. Anyway, I'll do it if you buy it. I'm such a good salesman. Anyway, I have that. I'll put the link in the description. And if you buy it, I will do the SOPs. I promise. It worked for me. Great video. Number 3, what I would do is I would buy a tube site from the Ginger Menace himself, Spencer, a.k.a. OBH, a.k.a. The guy with the best hair in OFM. And I mean that seriously. He does have great hair. And what he also has, in addition to great hair, is he has, so I'm going to call him OBH because that's how I know him, as OBH. Well, let's call him Spencer because he doesn't do the OBH thing anymore. So we'll call him Spencer. Spencer, I believe that he is the most intelligent person. I've never seen anybody, he's the most intelligent person that I've ever seen in the adult space. He's very well spoken. He's smart. He's sharp. He makes a ton of money, and he's just like got it figured out. So I don't know what everybody's opinion is on him, but if you watch a couple of his videos, you'll see that like he clearly knows his shit. And one of the things that he does that he's very good at is making tube sites. That's like his whole thing, tube method, tube method, tube method. So what he will do is a service that he offers is that and this isn't, I don't get paid anything if you buy something from him. This is just me making a video. But a service that he offers is to create a tube site or a network of tube sites for you to promote your own OnlyFans models. So those 5 girls that you bought who are young and pretty looking, hopefully, you can buy a network of tube sites from Spencer. He will set them up. They will drive traffic to your creators and they will get subs. The reason I would do that over TikTok or Instagram or like all this other stuff, which is great and it will work, but it's much more work for your creators. And like, you got 50 grand, you got that money somehow, I assume, through working hard, and you don't want to have to work hard again with this. Like, you're investing the money, you want to pay the money and have a solution that just works, right? I assume I would want that if I'm paying all this money. So that's what I would do. He has 3 packages. He's got one for 2,800, which I think is for a single site. He's got an agency package for like 10 grand, which I'm not sure how many sites that is, but I would assume the 10 grand package would be good for 5 girls. I'm not sure. You'll have to talk to him to like get the specifics. And then he's got a $28,000 package. I think it's 28. That is for like gigantic agencies that have a ton of girls and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to assume that the $10,000 package is going to be enough for 5 models. That's my assumption. I'm assuming you get, let's say, 4 sites out of that. So let's say 4 or 5 models. Again, I don't know. You're going to have to ask him for details. But I would buy that. I would buy that with no hesitation. Just because you can tell he's smart. You can tell he knows what he's doing. And he seems like if you buy that from him, he will deliver a quality product. That's just the feeling that I get from him. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't bought it from him, so take it with a grain of salt. But I'll put a link to his channel down below. I'll put a link to a video where he talks about tube sites, so you can go over there and you can judge for yourself. The fourth thing that I would do, now that we have our models, now that we have what are they called? Recruiters that are doing outreach, looking for higher quality models that have their own traffic. Now that we have the tube site network that is being built, the next thing that I would do is I would hire a good chatter manager to train and hire chatters. So chatting, what I've noticed for myself at least, and I can't speak for everybody else, but chatting is almost like an afterthought for most people, right? You spend all this time recruiting, all this time trying to reverse engineer all these traffic platforms, that when it comes to chatting, when it comes to converting the leads, you're just like so emotionally exhausted that you don't want to deal with it anymore. And you're like, okay, you're from the Philippines? You have a pulse? Like, okay, fine, you're hired as a chatter. Try not to fuck it up. Like, don't schedule a meetup and get the account banned. And like, good luck. Let me know how much you sold at the end of the day. Again, I can't speak for everybody. Maybe that's just how I approached it in the past. But that's clearly like not the best way to do it. And as a business owner, as an agency owner, as probably a one-man show or two-man show, you're spread very thin. You know, you're got all this stuff going on for all your models, and so far along in the process, you're just exhausted by the time it comes time to like chat or hire chatters. So what I would do is I would hire somebody from Serbia. Well, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Is Serbia the best place? I would hire somebody from a third world country that's not Latin America. No offense to any Latin Americans, but it seems to me that Eastern Europeans, they just have a better work ethic than Latin American people usually. Again, I know there's a lot of Latin American agency owners. This doesn't really apply to them because an entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, and you got to hustle. You got to work 7 days a week, no matter what. And a salesman is a salesman technically as well, and chatters are salespeople. But I've heard very good things about Serbians. I've worked with some retarded Serbian chatters too, to be fair. But, well, I don't know. Try a Latin American. Don't let me, tell you exactly what to do. I would put the call out there for an experienced chatting manager, maybe even a Filipino. Who knows? But I would put the call out there for somebody who has experience, somebody who's hired and trained people before, and most importantly, somebody who knows how to build a connection with fans. I'm going to go on a little rant here about chatting and chatters and chatter managers. But what I've noticed, because for the past several months, most of my focus for my agency has been on improving our chatting. We have a deal with another platform where we get free traffic to all of our models, and the only thing that we are missing are chatters. So it's been a struggle to hire and train chatters, and the reason is because we can't get them to follow instructions specifically to build a connection with fans. So I would hire a chatter manager who understands and is aligned with my strategy of building a personal connection with fans, which means sending a personalized message to each fan. His name is Bob. Hey, Bob, how are you? I'm so glad you subscribed to my page. How's your day going? Whatever, something, anything. Just so the fan knows that it is a personal message to him and not a copy paste and not an automated message. And also the chatter manager should understand that the main goal of chatting is to cultivate whales, not to spam, hey, what are you doing? I'm lying in bed. I'm, feeling frisky. Like, buy this video for $20. That's not chatting. That's nonsense. That's BS. That's like, honestly, at this point in 2024, that there's no excuse for that level of chatting. Like, I don't care. You're a chatter, you're an agency owner. If you see that kind of thing going on, even if it makes money, you're leaving 80% of the money on the table by doing things that way. So, long story short, the chatter manager would have to understand that, and he would have to train the chatters according to what I just said. And the fifth thing that I would start doing, so once we've got those four things, once we've got the 5 models from a marketplace, once we've got recruiters who are doing cold outreach, once we've got a tube site network from Spencer, once we've got a good chatter manager who is working on hiring and training chatters according to the method that I just told you, once we've got those 4 things, we've essentially got the guts of the agency already. We've got girls, we've got traffic, and we've got chatting. Or like we've got the seed of all of those things that will start to grow over time. So once we've got those 4 things, what I would do is I would immediately shift my focus from working inside the business to, like from all the operational stuff to working on growing the brand. Now, this is something that I did not do at all, but this is what I would like my main focus to be moving forward. Like once we solve the chatting issue in our agency, we do have a chatting issue. We hired some consultants. They are halfway through or 40% through their term. We'll see how it goes at the end. If they do a great job, believe me, you will know about it. If they don't do a good job, you'll probably know about it also. So anyway, long story short, once we solve that chatting problem, or once we can tell that the chatting problem is well on its way to being solved, then what I would like to do is I would like to shift my focus to make content for social media and hire a viral marketing agency to promote that content everywhere. So if you guys are familiar, obviously you know who Andrew Tate is, you know who Iman Gadzhi is, you know who Alex Hormozi, Gary Vaynerchuk, all these people, well, maybe not Gary V, or I think Alex Hormozi does it, but basically their social media strategy is to create lots of content. They are essentially doing the mother-slave method on themselves. That's really the best way to put it. Tate, I believe, is the first one who did it, but essentially what he's done is he has a product for sale, Hustlers University, and he goes and he does interviews and he records podcasts and he makes content in his house, and he incentivizes affiliates to create viral clips from that content, which will then drive traffic to his Hustlers University program, where he gets paid if they sign up, and the affiliates also get paid if somebody signs up through their affiliate link. So that is what I would shift my focus to. And the way that he did that is he had his main account. Now he doesn't have his main account because he was banned from Instagram. But it's not even really necessary anymore because you have all these little satellite accounts that are driving traffic to his page to make money. So I would hire a viral marketing agency to do the same thing. I did talk to one recently. They charge 10 grand a month, and in exchange for that 10 grand, they record, edit, and post all of this content for you. I mean, you'll have to meet with them and record it, and they'll ask you questions. They do all the research and all that. But they manage all the accounts. They post 5 times a day to 10 accounts on 4 platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So that's 40 posts a day times 30 days a year is, no, wait, that's not right. 10 posts a day. Wait, hold on. So 10 posts a day, 4 accounts, 4 platforms. Okay, wait, stop. 10 accounts on each platform. So it's 40 accounts. 5 posts on those 40 accounts is 200 posts a day. Times 30 days out of the year is 6,000 posts. Is that right? Yeah, 6,000 posts a month. Okay, that are all driving traffic to your website, to your main accounts, to wherever you want, probably a website, honestly. And then my main focus, or what I would recommend your main focus to be, would to be to hire these people or somebody like them to run all these accounts for you and to do all of that for you. They do all of that for you. And if you do the math, I think it works out to like $1.50 per piece of content that they post, which is a fucking killer deal because it includes editing and it includes, recording it and all the research and all that stuff. They're all posted from a US IP. I had a call with these guys the other day and I was very impressed. And once we get this chatting issue solved, that is going to be, it's on the list. So I'm not saying I'll blow up like Andrew Tate or Iman Gadzhi, but like that we're going to do the same thing that they did. So maybe to a lesser extent. And that's what I would do. That's how I would start an OnlyFans agency. And that's how I would run it for $50,000 at this current stage in my development. I will put some links to the resources that I talked about in the description, the recruiter program, the model marketplaces, Spencer, a video of his tube site explanation thing. Chatter Manager can't help you with that. You're on your own. And the viral marketing, I'm not going to tell you about that because I don't want you to steal that from me. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is clearly a new channel. Please subscribe so I can get my subscriber count back up there. Like the video, comment, ask me a question, and I will see you in the next one.